Thank you for joining me again on my vlog, and thank you to all of those who sent messages asking how I am. I apologize for not doing more videos and letting you know sooner. I really appreciate your care, and thank you for the comments on TikTok and on the other forums as well. I shared the last time that I had to go back onto chemo because of the spread of my disease to my liver. If you're watching for the first time, my name's Stephen Lewitz, and I have stage 4 pancreatic cancer. And so after the initial clearing up of my mets to my lungs and my lymph nodes, we discovered during a routine test that it has spread, and then we did some more tests and found it's now in the liver. And so I had to go on to a later stage type of therapy, and so they couldn't give me the fulfurinox again, so I'm now on something called gemcitabine and Abraxane. And I just had my second round of that, and so far I must say it has been lighter than the fulfurinox was. It's the side effects have been there, but they haven't been as severe, although apparently they will again accumulate, and so it's early days. But so far, the worst has been flu-like symptoms after the first one, where I had a high fever and body aches. And after the second one, body aches and sore shoulders and so on. And also the fatigue's pretty bad. So I sleep a lot. But generally, I'm not doing too badly. And again, I thank you for your prayers and your concern and just the fact that you care. It makes such a difference, and just to know there's so many folks out there who actually do think of me and pray for me. And I appreciate every single one of you. I just want to share a short little story this week. I watch a lot of the videos on YouTube and TikTok as well of other people who are suffering, and just to see how they're experiencing things and so on. And there was a lady this week who was ranting. She was angry. And she was angry because people wrote to her and said on her vlog, said to her, God is with you. And she was angry, and she was saying, well, where was God when I got the tumor? And I watched her and I listened and I smiled and I thought, well, where were you in terms of God? Living a life far from God, now you want to blame him? And then I thought about it and I thought, I understand what she's saying. And the question is it true when someone gets sick that we can automatically say to them, God is now with you? And actually, that's not true. It's a quick answer. It's a quick way of saying God bless you. Or it's a word of encouragement we think will help. But here's a person who is not a person of faith, does not know the Lord Jesus Christ, and you just pronounce over them healing on the one hand, or that God is with them. That's not true. God is close by. God is available. But a person needs to respond and invite God into their lives. So perhaps, in a sense, I understand her anger because she is coming from an angle which is very different to believers. And as believers, we need to understand that when we share that sort of advice, we're not helping. We need to maybe share that God is available. And if in a moment you were to turn to him, he would come into your life and make a difference. And at the same time, not to promise healing. Folks, if it were that simple, we could go down to the hospital now and just proclaim healing and empty out the hospital. There would be no one with cancer anymore. No one would die if it was as simple as us just proclaiming health and healing. It doesn't work that way. So let's consider our words. And so really speaking, not to that lady today, but to those of us who want to encourage other people. Let's be careful how we encourage people, so that in our encouragement we proclaim truth as well. And I know we do this with love. We want to lift spirits up. We see people in weeping and crying and in agony and suffering and pain, and we just want to say something that will ease that pain. But in that moment, take a moment to think of what you say and how you're going to encourage them. I think far better is to say, I'm praying that you will know God at this time. Praying that God will reveal himself to you. Praying that you would come into a life of peace rather than just proclaim God is with you. Now, I'm not here to scold you because I've done this too. But this lady getting all angry made me think again and just say, what do we say? And is what we say the real truth? So that's my little message for the day. Pray for me, please do. I know God is with me because I know him, because of his grace and his mercy. Thank you for your continued prayers, and may the Lord richly bless you.